New hardware from Nintendo and Microsoft, new legislation in Australia, new Medal of Honor Warfighter box art, new platforms for Sine Mora and Okami, a new minority owner of Epic Games, a new TV show based on Draw Something, new troublemaking Diablo 3 patch, and new web-slinging skills from Stan Lee, all in this week's edition of Player Attack. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen. Less than a month after E3 is not traditionally speaking a big time for major games related news, but this week saw 3 separate events hitting headlines around the world. First off, Microsoft unveiled its new and long-awaited tablet PC, Surface. Sure, it's not specifically a gaming device, but it will run Windows 8 and therefore should be pretty decent when it comes to playing PC games. Plus, if you think all the way back to E3 just a few weeks ago, the world was very excited to hear about the new smart glass technology, which we're guessing will work beautifully with Microsoft's own hardware. The tablet itself comes in 2 varieties, a smaller iPad-like model weighing just 1.3 pounds and a Pro option which is a little bigger but able to run Windows 8 Pro. Details are, as always, pretty slim at this stage, but Microsoft didn't manage an Apple style and you can buy it today, so you've still got a little while to get all the facts figured out. Still with hardware, Nintendo disappointed fans at E3 by not living up to the expectations of a revamped handheld. In fact, fans were reassured that there was no hardware revision for the 3DS on the cards. All of that was blown away in this week's Nintendo Direct session, however, which saw the company revealing, wait for it, the Nintendo 3DS XL, a beefed up version of the dual screen hardware. The nearly 5-inch screen is 90% larger than the current generation, the resolution is the same, the processing power is the same, and the new battery, while bigger, is actually better than the last model. All of that packed into a slim, curvy form, just an inch wider and weighing only 336 grams. There is some controversy, of course, as the European and Japanese versions of the handheld will not ship with an AC power adapter. Instead, Nintendo wants you to use the cable that came with your standard 3DS or perhaps your DSi, acknowledging that most fans probably already have one or the other. US gamers will still get power though, so don't stress. The other big news from Nintendo Direct included confirmation of Animal Crossing 3DS, the Western launch of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask, and the nifty Nintendo Namco Bandai collaboration on an all-new Super Smash Bros. And proving that all good things really do come in threes, the Australian Minister for Home Affairs has officially confirmed that the legislation to introduce an R18 category for video games has happily passed through both houses of federal parliament without amendment. Gamers have been demanding the new rating system for more than a decade, culminating in a discussion paper in 2009, which saw 98% of nearly 60,000 respondents supporting the introduction of an adults-only R18+. However, it's not all smooth sailing from here. Just because the federal government has approved the move, now each individual state and territory has to work out how it will implement the changes. In many cases, this will simply mean a local introduction of the new rating, but that's not guaranteed, and some states may take a very different approach. Regardless of how all that pans out though, Australia will indeed get an adult rating for video games effective January 1st, 2013. Sticking with Australia for the moment, after the announcement that our SASR troops will be fighting alongside the US Navy SEALs, German KSK, Canadian JTF-2 and the Polish GROM in Medal of Honor Warfighter, EA and Danger Close have also revealed that we're getting our own local box art for the game. Designed specifically in collaboration with a former SASR operator, the local box art stars an Australian soldier wearing official camouflage gear and carrying an authentic weapon. Don't get too wrapped up in your superiority though, Aussies, we're not the only ones with our own special edition. Poland has recently unveiled their exclusive GROM box art, and with 11 other Tier 1 units included in Warfighter, it wouldn't be a surprise for more country-specific editions to start popping up. This week also saw 2 very beautiful and very different games jumping platforms. Firstly, Sine Mora from Grasshopper Manufacture and Digital Reality will be breaking its Xbox 360 exclusivity and appearing on not only PlayStation 3, but Vita as well. The announcement made the decision sound like a spontaneous choice, but the stunning shoot-'em-up was always designed as a multi-platform game, starting life as a PSP title. It's now the right time for it to spread its wings, and while no details have been announced as yet, we are guessing neither version is particularly far off. Also hopping onto PS3 is Okami, which was originally released as one of the last titles for PlayStation 2 and later ported to Wii. The motion sensing is set to continue with the new HD version featuring full, optional move support to get full sweeping celestial brushstrokes. The new version sticks to the same storyline and gameplay as the original, but the trademark Sumi-e art style has been translated into beautiful HD graphics with a 16:9 aspect ratio. Initially revealed only for a Japanese release, Capcom and the relevant parties have now confirmed that Western audiences will also get Okami HD a little later this year as a downloadable title via PlayStation Network. Hopping from things being announced to things being axed, Saints Row III Enter the Dominatrix was first announced as an April Fool's Day gag, and then THQ confirmed the title as an expansion pack for last year's controversial bestseller. Now the company has backflipped again, announcing that, rather than a simple expansion pack, what gamers really want is a new full-on Saints Row, so Enter the Dominatrix has been taken back to the drawing board with all progress to be reabsorbed into a sequel due to land in late 2013. Couple of quick things. Chinese giant Tencent has bought a minority stake in Gears of War developer Epic Games in a strategic investment which will see the company able to do even more of what they do best, which is developing great games and great technology. Draw Something has scribbled itself a new TV deal with Ryan Seacrest picking up the rights to bring a sort of celebrity Pictionary game show to the small screen. It's an idea we've seen before, so it should work quite nicely when it lands on CBS sometime in early 2013. Diablo III is still suffering teething problems after the massive 1.03 patch nerfed attack speed, meaning that many people's gear is now next to worthless. For most gamers, that's not a problem, but for one gamer who had sunk around $1,000 into the recently launched real money auction house to make sure he had the best gear for taking down Inferno level Diablo by himself, it was more than a little frustrating. And finally this week, Stan Lee. He's a playable character in The Amazing SpiderMan, and he is the star of the game's latest trailer.
Hi, I'm Stan Lee, and I am so excited about the fact that I play myself in The Amazing Spider-Man game. My script! I have to get those pages before it's too late. What a rush! Don't try this at home, kids! Not only do I play me, but I've got just about all the powers that Spider-Man has. How cool is that? This guy needs some care and attention. Let's do this! Oh, I'm definitely gonna tweet about this. You know, I really think the fans will love it. They seem to enjoy my cameos in the movies, and this takes it a step further. Another amazing appearance for the King of Cameos. Take that, Hitchcock.
Stan is available as a pre-order bonus if you pick up The Amazing Spider-Man from selected retailers, and we're told if you play through his entire mission, there is a special surprise right at the end. After all, it is Spider-Man's 50th anniversary this year. For the full version of those trailers, or for more information on any of these stories, head to playerattack.com. I'm Jessica Citizen. We'll see you next week.